What's Barbino? Zeke Black is in the building. It's a lot going on in the politics, in the world of politics. Gas is up. The Supreme Court basically legalized guns and to carry guns, and you can carry guns in New York State. But New York State, they're trying to put together a package where they go into your social media. So what they're saying is for you to get a gun license, they're putting together these rules where they check out your social media for like 2 or 3 years to see where you see like, do you have like a bad temper or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? So be mindful of that. Even though they're saying that guns is legal in New York or certain other states, they're putting together these bylaws that's gonna still make it harder for you to get a gun. Because if you're trying to purchase a firearm and you had 3 years of trolling on the internet, they want your social media. So you know what I'm saying? So if you've been trolling for 3 summers and then all of a sudden you want to purchase a gun, you have to give New York State, I'm speaking for the state I'm from, they want your social media accounts before they even think about giving you a gun. So there's a lot of decisions made within the Supreme Court. I was reading the New York Times newspaper. The type of paper I read, the New York Times. I get it every day. And I read something that goes, Supreme Court drives red and blue Americans in opposite directions. Now, most of the time when I speak on these platforms, when I speak about red and blue, it's not about red and blue Americans, it's about red and blue in the streets. But this is for the people this is for the people. There's a lot of division going on, divided on, pro-life and guns and environment and air, gas, oil. Pressed by the Supreme Court decisions diminishing rights, because now they're playing with the Constitution now. So now a lot of these laws that's getting overturned are based off of this Constitution vows. They go into the Constitution for their wordplay. Now we gotta remember what year the Constitution was written and who the Constitution was written for. You know what I'm saying? Pressed by Supreme Court decisions diminishing rights, and liberals hold dear and expanding their cherished by conservatives, United States appears to be drifting apart into separate nations, politically wise, by the law wise. With dramatically imposed social, environmental, and health policies. Call these the disunited states. The most immediate breaking point is that pro-life, as about half the country will soon limit or ban the procedure, while the other half expands or reinforces access to reproductive rights. But the ideological fault lines extends far beyond the one topic: the climate change, gun control, and alternative lifestyles and voting rights. On each of those issues, the country's northeast and west coast are moving in the opposite direction from its midsection in southeast, with a few exceptions like the islands of liberalism in Illinois, Colorado, and New Hampshire streak of conservatism. Now there's a difference between conservatives and, you got the Republicans, the conservatives, you got the liberals, that they say the Democrats. So there's two different parties. They got them in these branches. Y'all can do the Google and do your own research. In the past 10 days, the court has erased the constitutional right to pro-life, narrowed to the federal government ability to regulate climate warming, pollution, and block liberal states and cities. On certain, the Supreme Court is definitely, they're making, you guys got to pay attention to what's going on in the Supreme Court. This is serious, you know what I'm saying? They're passing they're overturning a lot of these laws that was passed in the 70s and the 80s and some in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? You may not realize, but that Roe versus Wade thing is really serious because there's people going to other states now. There's a situation that happened in, I think, Ohio, where some people are going to another state to get you know, these procedures done because in their state it's banned. I was just listening to the Mississippi governor, and he's really talking about, he's talking that constitutional talk when it comes to that situation. You know what I mean? I'm not going to mention it because you guys know what I'm talking about. You already know what the guns, the Second Amendment talk. But it's weird because we have to understand that they're dividing. Like I told you, the most blue and red that we speak about is street. This is actually politics. They're overturning a lot of laws. Pay attention to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, it's a lot going on, man. It's just said, there's another article that was written that it goes about the Clean Air Act. On the last day of a turbulent term that included rulings on what the Constitution has to say about, pro-life, guns, and religion, the Supreme Court issued another sort of decision, one that turns on the words of the Clean Air Act. Without clear congressional authorization, the court said the Environmental Protection Agency was powerless to aggressively address climate change. In past years, that might have been the start of a dialogue with Congress, which after all has the last word on what statutes mean, because it always passed new ones. But thanks to legislative gridlock, Congress very seldom responds these days to Supreme Court decisions interpreting its status. And that means the balance of power between the branches have shifted with the justices ascending. The consequences have been especially stark in Supreme Court rulings on global emergencies like climate change, because those are things that we don't worry about. For some reason, we don't concern ourselves with climate change when it actually affects the people. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing these forest fires, we're seeing these tornadoes, we're seeing these hurricanes in the weird areas. We're seeing these things that we're actually physically seeing or we're experiencing. We're not speaking about this. Those should be concerns. I understand we want the youth to stop killing each other, but those are also concerns that's surrounding us and the people that's fighting for us. I mean, this is a little serious, man. Y'all don't see what the Supreme Court is doing? You're not paying attention to what the Supreme Court is doing? This is I think Toppin said this is serious. This is not about white and black no more. This is about a certain branch of individuals that are, instead of using their gun, they're using the laws to get their power back brick by brick. Taking right to it. Overturning things. Overturning laws. It just made New York State a gun state. You know what I'm saying? It just basically made New York State, I'm just saying for the state I'm from, a gun state. But New York State is saying for you to get a gun license, you gotta pass over your social media accounts. We need to know what you've been doing for the last few summers. So you've been trolling and all that, you're not gonna get a gun. We're going into 2023. Let's focus. I'm gonna have more segments on this. It's just this has to be a part of the conversation sometimes. We gotta have these political conversations. With that being said, not even political, that's for the people. Reduce your mind. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think, how y'all feel. Like I said, it's not a black and white thing because it's affecting everybody. It's affecting everybody. You gotta keep in mind the court case that went for Roe versus Wade, the actual individuals, they wasn't people of color. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say it's a black and white thing. This is a lot of politics here. It's about a certain branch of individuals that just feel that need that power, and they're making power moves. You know what I'm saying? They got the right people in place in that Supreme Court. Power moves. Pay attention, man. Just paying attention. Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Just pay attention. You got these red states, you got these blue states. It's sad when you have to go 4 states across to get to have procedures done because in your state, it's just what it is. Now, like I told you, look at the state of Missouri. You may have 10 big cities, but the rest is rural. Who rules and control? The rest that's rural. The 10 cities don't really have a voice in this great state. And that's what these other states are based on. When we think about these other states, it's all about who controls the politics, who's the congressmen, the representatives. Even in Illinois, you just see what Mary Miller said without no backlash from, you know what I'm saying? Well, she has some backlash, but not to the point where, you know what I'm saying? So, what we're speaking about the people that's in control, that wants to control. And the only way that they can control without sniping nobody is the laws. Change some laws around. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. Leave it in the comment section. Tell me what y'all think. Zeke Black, Feed the Wolves. Shout out to my man, Crown Course TV. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We just here to win. Shout out to Spanish Harm. Shout out to Wifey, Southern Belle, St. Louis. I appreciate y'all for checking in. I'm gonna have these segments here, these news segments, like MTV News, Feed the Wolf News. That's what I'm gonna call it, Feed the Wolf News. You know what I'm saying? And just you know what I'm saying? See things where you want to see it. The blue and red I'm talking about is the states, the people. You know what I'm saying? Not the blue and red that's in the street. With that being said,